The vast majority of your clients are going to find you through a Google search. You may not like Google. You may think Google is a horrible monopoly, corporate overlords, whatever. I am not arguing with you. That is sure, but that is the way it is. It's like, I don't know, 70%, 80% of people who hire cleaning services go through Google. So you want to do everything you can to get to the top of Google. And the first step to doing that is naming your cleaning company in a way that Google likes. There are a few really big don'ts and a few really big do's. So the first one is don't get cute. And what I mean by don't get cute is mostly no misspelled words. So no clean with a K, no maids with a Z, no cleaners with a Z. This does not help you at all in getting to the top of Google. No one is going to be going to Google to search for a cleaning company and type in maids with a Z. It's going to confuse your clients. They're going to end up on someone else's website and booking their company instead of yours. So, no funny, cute words. Building on that, we want all the words in our company name and our domain name to be easy to spell. No kaleidoscope clean. We always use that as our example. Kaleidoscope clean. Nobody knows how to spell this word. To make it even worse would be kaleidoscope clean, clean with a K. So you want every word to be simple, short, easy to spell. You want your keywords in your name. When people go to Google to search for a cleaning company, they type in the words cleaning services, cleaning company, house cleaners. If you're in a place where they use the word maids still, they're going to type in the words maids, maid service. So you want to have some iteration of those words, clean, cleaning, clean co, in your domain name, in your business name. And then if you really want to take things to the next level and make your life as easy as possible, you're going to include your location in there as well. So, Oak Bay Clean, our domain name. Oak Bay is a neighborhood of Victoria, BC. It is a pretty posh neighborhood, but it is not the poshest neighborhood. The super, super rich have people that work for them full time to clean their houses. They are not your demographic. Your demographic is upper middle class. So they have enough money to be able to afford a cleaning service, but they don't have so much that they can just pay someone full time to come in and clean for them every day. So that is basically the neighborhood of Oak Bay. So we chose that. So I would encourage you to do the same thing. If you live in a smaller city, you might be able to get the name of the city plus cleaning services as your name. I'm going to show you a couple people that have done that. But if you're in a giant city like New York or Toronto, those are going to be gone. Just like what Vicky talked about yesterday when you're doing your research into your competition, you're going to hone in on a neighborhood. If you're in Toronto, you're going to want Rosedale. You're not going to want the Bridle Path. If you're in New York City, I don't know, choose a neighborhood. I'm going to take you right now. We're going to do some Google searches in an incognito window for some cleaning companies that were started through this YouTube channel in the last 6 months to a year. So you can see for yourself how well this method for naming your company works. It's not sexy. It's not going to happen instantly. Please don't come back to me in 2 weeks and say, it's not working. No, but this is the long game. This will take you 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. I don't know. I don't have the inside scoop on how Google works, but I do know it does work. So let's go look at that. Here we are in our incognito window. We're going to do a search for a cleaning service in Dubuque, Iowa. So this here on your Google search page is called the Google 3-pack. This is a list of local businesses, and this is where you ultimately want to be. You want to end up here. It's not going to be instant, but it's going to happen. And here we have right here, Dubuque, Iowa Clean, Jake and Emmy. You can watch their hot seat call. They took our YouTube course from a year ago. They did it in, I think, 3 days. Jake watched it in 3 days, did everything we told him to do, just like you're doing now. And they ended up with Dubuque, Iowa Clean. Unsexy name, not sexy. And yet here they are, right here, Google 3-pack. Where do they show up in the organic search? Right here. Number 2 below Mary Maids, a massive international chain. Let's check out their site. Convert Labs website. Right here. Dubuque, Iowa Clean, DubuqueIowaClean.com. Dubuque's best cleaning service. Jake and Emmy have been in business, I think they started in April, and it is now December 10th. So they're coming up in the Google 3-pack and at the top of the organic search within that time frame. That is amazing. Why do we want this? Because that means they don't have to pay for leads. If someone's typing in cleaning services Dubuque, They come up, they paid no dollars for that. This was free. If you want to start getting leads for free, this is how you do it. So let's do cleaning services Columbus. Okay, they're not showing up where I want them to show up for this search term. But let's switch it around because people don't always type in cleaning services city. Sometimes they type in city cleaning services. So let's see what happens when we put Columbus in the front. Columbus Cleaning Service, right here, right up top, top of the search results. Number 1. Another Convert Labs website. Here we go. Book your cleaning services in Columbus now. Columbus Cleaning Service, columbuscleaningservice.com. That's how you do it. Let's see where we show up. So Oak Bay Cleaning Services. Boom. That's us right there. Number 1. So these up here, these Google guaranteed ones, these are paid ads. This is the organic search, top of the organic search. That's us. And here we are at the top of the 3-pack. So we dominate the market in Oak Bay, in our neighborhood. And that is exactly what we want. Perfect. And that's exactly what you want. If I were in your shoes, this is how I would proceed. I would go to leandomainsearch.com. We recommend using lean domain search because you can type in your keywords in your location. And even if exactly what you want isn't available, it'll give you different options. Most of the time, they're not good, but sometimes they are. Let's pretend we live in a neighborhood of New York City that I know is Williamsburg. I think it's in Brooklyn. And I'm going to put in cleaning. Okay, so lean domain search keeps it short for you. It doesn't recommend having a long name. Williamsburg and clean. WilliamsburgClean.com is available. If you are a person in New York City, in Brooklyn, who's looking for a website and what to name your company, this is a good option. You can see some other suggestions that it comes up with based on these keywords. WilliamsburgClean.com is the best. You want .com over like .blog because you are a company. You're not a blog. We'll pretend we're in Toronto and going to be servicing the delightful neighborhood of Rosedale. Nope, it's gone. Someone's on this. Rosedale Clean Co. Sometimes Clean Co. is a good one. Short for cleaning company. Yeah, rosedaleCleanco.com is available. Now, the thing with Canada, Canadians, listen, you have to get your name approved by either the federal or the provincial government. You can choose which one you want to do. I suspect that rosedaleCleanco.com as a company name, Rosedale Clean Co, will get rejected because somebody already has Rosedale Cleaning. If the name that you want is too close to a company that already exists, it's going to get rejected. So do some really good research here. We went through 6 names before we finally got ours approved. So don't get attached. That's all I'm saying. You want to cast a really wide net with these names. It's a pain. America, I don't think you have to do this, but I would double check your state just to make sure you don't have to jump through any hoops. Okay, so let's pretend we're back in Williamsburg. We're going to go with Williamsburg Clean. Now we want to go just to do a regular Google search. And you're just going to see if someone else has a name that's close to Williamsburg Clean. So there's williamsburgcleaning.com. That's a great name. So that might be a little too close. Okay, so Williamsburg Cleaning Services has a great name, but they do not offer online booking. So that is where you are going to have an advantage over this company if you go with williamsburgclean.com. I mean, you got to make this call. The reason why we suggest being cautious about taking a name that's a little too close to another one in your city is because, first off, customers are going to confuse them. So that's no good. And also, people are going to start leaving reviews for that company or your company on the other company's sites. So if they do a terrible clean, they do a terrible job, and some irate customer comes and leaves it on your Google review page, that's not good for you. It's great if it's a good clean, but it's no good if it's not. So you got to think about that. That's something to consider. When you've settled on a name and you're ready to buy the domain, you're going to go to Convert Labs and you're going to go over here to where it says domains. You're going to click. You'll end up on this page. You're going to enter in your domain name that you would like, and it's going to show you if it's available. It's available, just like Lean Domain Search says, and you're going to hit buy. $15 a year. ConvertLabs doesn't add any extra fees on this. It's just easier for them to map this domain name onto your website. So they have it all done internally. So it's just simpler. If you do buy it through GoDaddy or some other site, that's fine too. You can contact them when you're ready to go and they'll do it for you. You don't need to worry about mapping DNSs or I don't know, any of this lingo stuff. So yeah, keep it short, spell it correctly, include your location, include your keywords. You're going to do so great. It's going to save you thousands and thousands of dollars in lead generation / advertising over the course of your cleaning company's existence. So just do it.